going to grow.
Yes, but it has to
And
have a
it
seed
cannot.
to make multiple
Yes,
plants.
yes, but the seed, yes, is a critical component. It's a critical component. But the space for that seed to grow and thrive and become viable takes place within the woman.
Okay, well, let's take a step further. You still got to nurture the plant when the plant grows. There's a lot of plants that die because they need it.
Absolutely.
So does that nurturing come from the pot that the plant was in? We were just looking at pots. Is it the original seed or does it come back together? So the father. So now the question is, to make that seed grow and prosper, does it combine the person who manifested the seed or the actual person who distributed the seed? So does it take mom and dad, or is it? So what we're saying is, can a mom raise a child on her own better than she could with the father present?
Where you going? How you get way over there? We
Oh, I just wanted to.
I mean, it's
a valid question.
I mean, he wanted to.
Yeah, he wants you to do
he
the
wanted to be right.
But this how we vibe. This how we vibe.
Right.
Well,
I'm not pushing on here.
I'm a Libra.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm a card. It makes a difference.
That don't make no difference. All right.
Yeah.
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh.
My daughter's an Aquarius.
Yeah, so we're cool in the room.
Yeah, that's true, y'all. Hey, man.
I seen the look.
Listen.
So yeah,
are the bane of my existence, but I've overcome.
I'm
not
on
the Capricorn.
Okay.
Listen.
But that was a valid question.
So, man, you've been hurt.
I want Terry to expound on because.
So.
Yeah, we're gonna go that. Then we're gonna go back to the.
All I'm saying, I mean, so that we don't belabor that question. The point that I wanted to make is that you just because you plant a seed, you cannot take all the fruit. Like there is a lot that goes into creating a space for that seed to grow, and that's in any scenario. Yes, you cannot have life without the seed. Absolutely. So you have to give credit to God for that because you didn't do nothing. Yeah. You biologically are engineered.
Hey, I think the right man. I don't know what. I think the wrong man that probably gave you the right child. Or the wrong woman gave you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna disagree with you in my personal life, right? I can't speak for every woman out there in the hellions that they have in the race that are a product of the man that they chose to have a child with. Like, right? Hellions. They out here.
I ain't never heard that one.
You ain't ever heard a woman say, "You just like your sorry daddy," and all of those things. I don't agree with it. I absolutely don't agree with it.
But I thought it was something they played on the radio. That's how much we hear.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that. I don't subscribe to that by any means. Okay. But what I'm saying is that those come from the space of literally this woman is triggered by the behavior of this child that could possibly be coming from the man that she chose to
look like the daddy.
Your mannerism is like your lie just like the daddy. And you don't never want to say that to a child. I've had some of my friends say this. When I tell you my son lied just like his daddy, I can't even believe it.
So and she can't leave him.
Exactly.
It's torture.
Right.
So I get your point right there. So, but I'm saying, somewhere, let's say, it has been known that the wrong man can give you the right child. And that's all this statement is saying. As bad as they say men are, we never gave the wrong child to anyone. You know what I mean? So,
I bet you ask some men and they will tell you different. They'll tell you different because it's a men who regret ever having the child that they love so much with the woman that they had the child with.
Yeah, because I wonder.
Listen, I mean, that's you saying
I'm one of them, you know what I mean? But, so paying note, Rabbi, that we got to get back to.
We got to get
back to the Aquarius that hurt.
First of all, I'm not. First of all, I am the reason that I've allowed Aquarius to hurt me because Aquarius is in my experience with them are non-committal. It take all day for them to make a decision, but they want to be in your life for your entire life. I got some Aquariuses that been in my life for 20 plus years, and I have all the love for them, but it's time for them to go.
You can't, every decision can't be rushed into. So that brings me to another statement. Say true or false. You know what I'm saying? Starting to do this. Hey, she's not going nowhere if you're having fun.
No, it's false. You can't. It could be fun. But it depends on what stage you at in your life.
What you consider fun, but I tell you what, I'm gonna go true with that. Okay. Because the reason like what's the song Mary J had years ago? Good guys ain't no fun, and bad boys ain't no good.
Yeah.
Look, everyone want a man with some type of mystique to him. It's intriguing to know that. I can figure him out, but I can't figure him out. In my opinion.
So you say every woman?
I think in general, no one wants
nobody.
Even you, man. You don't want nobody that you know exactly what he's doing every second of the day. That's boring.
But if she do, that means her credit score. That means her credit score may be an 800.
Yeah. Let me tell you, predictability is my best friend right now. Like, I don't want the mystery no more. I want to know who you are. I want to know what to expect from you, and I don't want no surprises.
No, that doesn't mean. Oh, I'm sorry.
Based on what you think,
correct.
Right? So that to me means I want us to have amazing conversations.
Okay.
I want us to get talk to the wee hours of the morning, even after we've been together for some years. But I still want to know who you are. I don't want no surprises.
Yeah, we're not saying that the characteristics of a person, but that mystery is the character of that person. Just like man don't say a lot, but to some women that may be intriguing to them. Like I know who he is, but sometimes I don't know what he thinks. So it keeps me engaged. But to sit there and say I know what he's thinking every second of the day, like he at work, I know he's thinking about this, I know he's thinking about that. I don't want nobody that's a robot.
Well, yeah, but I don't think so. For me, that's about connection. Like, I know you so well that I know how you're going to respond to things. I know what's going to trigger you. Mm-hmm. I know if I do this, you're going to do this. And it doesn't make you predictable in the sense where it makes you boring. It's just, to me, it's a connection. I used to have one of the strongest connections with somebody that literally we would be thinking about the same things at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I knew if I said this, it was going to piss him off. Sometimes I said it anyway. But that predictability to me was comforting. It wasn't like, oh, he's boring. I want to guess.
I've been told I'm the most unpredictable person that ever existed. Like they just like, okay, they know what I'm gonna do, but they don't know what I'm gonna say, kind of thing. Or they know what I'm gonna say, but don't know what I'm gonna do. It ain't never both.
Correct. Because like in addition to him, I would consider that like an ambivert, which is a new definition of introvert and extrovert. Right. Discovered a while ago. So I'm an ambivert. I can turn up when it's time, but at the end of the day, I'm a homebody. Sometimes I don't even want to be around people. I want to just be in the comfort of my home, reading a book, maybe watching sports or TV, series or whatever. But then sometimes it's like, man, shit, I need to get into the news. Act up for about 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So that alone, in my past, and I'm thinking of different relationships. Sometimes the same reason that they liked you for that reason is the same reason why they hate you.
That's the what else? Do me a favor. Like, cause I know this our thing between me and him. And it just really bothers me. Now, does it bother you that he always gotta bring up a nuke? Like
no. He
bring up a
nuke.
There are some people. He be proposing nuke.
There are some people
gonna listen to this podcast and want to be a nuke.
Listen, we got to get him hella new. Listen, but tell him what, before you
No,
talk
no, not to this point here. I already know where it's coming from.
First of all, some people, that's a part of who they are. Like, once they got their fraternity and that became that's their friends, that's their life, you can't take that away from them. It probably would make them a good man. Hush, now, put your head down. But listen, he gonna weave that in every so often. News is gonna sponsor the podcast.
Exactly.
Listen, that's what it's gonna be. I'm not mad at you. That's a part of who he is. That's ingrained in who he is.
But
Some of us stand alone.
But answering the question, have you ever seen me ever done up with paraphernalia?
No.
I don't know.
You was talking billboard.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
You don't
So if
hey, who's out of board?
Look at your clothes right now.
Well, that's because I look at this. Don't do that. But when you play hard, you had it right. Now I got some old school dudes. They socks, shirt, tag. I don't even have a new car tag. I say it in the example that I was just giving the experience.
You said it about 15 times today.
I know. I'm not gonna say about 20 more. but this is growth, because if you spoke to me in 2000, then I would have dropped Booger Man. I would have dropped Hot Rod. I would have dropped Monday. I would have dropped those cats in the hood.
Oh.
Yeah, you were like, I thought you were about the street thing. You still bringing up the same. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's best that I'm telling you, I'm hanging with the news. Hey, I'm in Heard on, down in East Point. They're like, hey, I ain't know you was out there hanging with Zantan.
Alright, cool. So look, let's keep it pushing, because we know we don't want to go back to the street. We're gonna keep the relationship for us. I got another one. I'm gonna push y'all buttons with this one. I know I might push somebody's button. But say so it might this is a tough one. True or false, I got and whoever jump on it first, jump on it first. Alright?
Well, ladies first.
So men ain't scared of stretch marks. It's just the beer bellies and long titties that bring fear.
And what is it, true or false?
True or false?
It's false. Because you can't, first of all,
men are not scared of
you
stretch
ask the
marks.
true or false questions, you're always going to get false to me. Because everything ain't for everybody, but some stuff is for some people. So, you got dudes, never mind.
No! You want me to be there. You want to talk about me and my kids.
I'm just saying, listen, it's something for everybody.
So you saying men ain't afraid of stretch marks. It's just the beer bellies and long titties that bring fear.
First of all, it's false. And secondly, you wrote these damn questions to be all about from a man to a woman. It's women out there that love a big belly on a man. They want to rub it. They want to wrap their hands around it. You can't tell me it ain't men that love the same thing.
Yeah, the dad bod is more popular than most bods.
But do you see how you coined it the dad bod, but it's long titties and
beer
stomachs
belly.
It go both ways.
But what I'm saying, dad bod, exactly. Dad bod sometimes comes with some nice little, B-cups, okay?
Right.
And listen, they come along with the cross belly.
B-cup?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're crazy. She said they come with the B-cup.
You gotta love it all.
But I think... I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I'm glad you did come at me and say I wrote these questions because I did that. I'm a male, so when you see me, so when you need, that's why we got you.
I agree with it. It is false because men do love stretch marks, and I was telling Ebony this the other day because she was all she's probably 8, 6. That's her dress size, this and that. So she said, these men always cheat, this and third, this and that. I said, y'all do the same thing too. Y'all just, neater than we are. Y'all cats, we dogs. I said, but listen, stop thinking that pretty women don't get cheated on too.
First of all, that's the biggest fallacy known to me.
And I was like, Ebony, where you get this from?
They
thinking that because they don't have the sagging breast or they don't have a flat, behind this there third, that they ain't gonna get. Beyonce, she
but
made a
damn,
whole album about how Jay-Z tipped out on her. So I looked at her and I told her, I said, if that's y'all, she would be Beyonce fan, but she ain't beehive crazy. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, that let you know right now that anybody can get got. May said it best. Numbers don't lie, but men and women do. You know what I'm saying? That's on the album years ago. Right. So, when I told her, I said, Izzy, you got to understand what men will do. May said it first. Jay-Z said it. Well, Jay-Z. I don't know. My apologies to Pop. But I said,
I'm not going to have people riding down on us in the comments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But they know, they can come get some. I know that. Right. I'm from the dirty, so that doesn't make me know. I ain't going to be supposed to $8 in the Right. But I was telling Kevin, I said, you got to think like, you can't understand how a man thinks. Because technically, you're not a man, E. And I call it E for sure. I never call it E. Mm-hmm. I said E. When a man sees a woman, what he does is he finds that thing that he finds attractive on a woman, on her. Even though the total package may not be what he quote unquote picked. But you be like, why are you thinking so? When you see the woman that he cheated on with, why? Yeah, she may not have the 36, 24, but what if she had thighs that the wife didn't have, and the man just got caught on the wrong day and said, and it worked out, but he might not like. For me, I don't do thin lips. I don't get damn how fine you is. If you don't have full lips, there's nothing you can do. I'm just not attracted to it.
Wait, but real quick though. Because I'm not a man and I don't pretend to be. I don't play on TV. Like I'm a woman. Yeah. I think like a woman. That's my rationale. So I respect y'all and sometimes y'all very skewed perspective. But
right. That's what we do.
But listen, is it really that simple? Is cheating really that simple? Like, oh, she got some nice thighs. Now, like there should be 18 other steps to get from nice thighs to I'm cheating on my wife or my spouse or my girlfriend or whatever.
Some people just don't have no moral value.
Yeah, and I'm just saying.
I'm trying to it's real. But you sit there and that's why you see the woman. That's why the woman be mad. I took my glasses off, dude.
You sure did.
They be like, why? The woman be mad because the woman he cheated on with looked like this in her opinion. Mm-hmm. But when it's somebody that looks like the world was drool over, it's more of a okay. Well, I understand that. I don't accept it, but I understand.
So from a non-physical perspective, right? Because not all relationships start based on physical. Yeah, men are attracted. No, but listen to what I'm saying. No. I'm talking about from a man who is not necessarily a cheater, right? And I'm saying man just because I'm
I got you.
For a man who's not necessarily a cheater, but he's working with a woman who is intriguing him in other ways. That does not he may not ever have thought he was attracted to this woman. He may not have ever thought he was going to cheat on his wife, but now he got a whole work wife that he go to lunch with every day, that he's confiding in, and that's what leads to. So you can't tell me every one of those situations started with a nice guy.
Nah, it can
because men can get caught up in emotional. Right, they can get caught up in
grow into cheating, but I don't. But they're the ones that I don't forgive the most.
No, so
because if it took you a progression and you didn't catch yourself. See, I hold that. I'm gonna hold you more accountable then. Then versus you just got drunk and you didn't know what the fuck happened. Yeah. Versus
I got drunk.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. We're talking about so you come out this. I'm looking. I have to say this. Mm-hmm. We road tripping. Me and some college friends. I won't use the synonym.
Sure. We'll take a break.
So he picked me up and he said, hey, I'm finna go over here, match this class. Mine is 2003. We go to the room. He go take his friend. They go to the back. This was sweet. So they go to the back room. And we weren't planning to stay, but at the same time, we didn't know how long he was gonna do it. It was just no holds barred. It's like, oh, what's going on, sir? Come on. And they walked on in the back. The other two friends were sitting on the couch. Mm-hmm. Well, as you say, they were best friends.
So I got a word, unfavorable. I don't really say ugly. Unfavorable.
They were unfavorable. Mm-hmm. But here I am with my partner, and I'm thinking, he's thinking the same thing, but we laughed about it later on when we got back in the car. Mm-hmm. I said, Lord, I'm going to have to take one for the team. Because what you cannot do as a man's law is keep your dog hanging. So you can't sit there, he come out 3 hours later, y'all sitting there saying, hold on, they just ain't really like it. So somebody, if the girl sitting on the couch, if my homegirl get it in, and there's 2 more rooms, she gonna feel like, shoot, well, what the girl say, how his friends doing? Cause they sitting there choosing too. They like, okay, well, she's getting it in, I guess I'm getting it in. This 21, 22-year-old mindset, right? HBCU,
right, okay. That's the only acceptable scenario.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there looking at, the friends.
I ain't do that.
Yeah. Don't go back to the bush.
Magic got a little halo.
Hey. So I sit there, and I'm looking at between the two people. And I'm looking, and I saw the one thing that I thought was attractive, that I like in a woman.
Gotcha.
She had it.
Full lip.
Yeah, it was something else. It wasn't full lip, it was something else that she did, physically that she did, that was attractive to me. And I said, now, where you from? And when we got back, we didn't have sex because, of course,
drop the mic.
We're gonna edit that out.
Right.
Well, he good and married and grown now, but when he comes out and we get back in the car, me and my friend laughing, and he said, I can't stand you. I said, what? He said, that's who I was gonna pick out of the two that you spoke to. You see what I'm saying? So he was thinking the same way I was thinking, like, this is not my cup of tea, but it's got to be something on this person that I physically like in any woman that's gonna make me do what I got to do if I got to take one for the team.
Y'all, sometimes stuff like this, like scenarios like this,
and this real life.
I done took one for the team. There was I'm gonna tell you this. See, I did. I took one for the team, and I was 2 of my homeboys out, and we were coming back. This when they had just started the grown folks kind of thing over here on Old Neck.
I know you talking about
the grown folks. So they like, hey, I'm talking about you going here. I'm talking about it's so much animal print.
Leather pants. Right by the reef.
Hey, it's so much animal print. So so my dog now, it's 3 of them. It's 3 of us. You know what I mean? I'm tripping. I ain't really paying no attention and such. They done beat down on the tube. Yeah. They got I still ain't paying attention. I don't know what's going on. I'm just chilling. Grooving to the music. And next thing they like, hey, what's up, dog? We gonna leave. Okay, where we going? They say to the Waffle House. So now in the Waffle House, the lights on. So it ain't like inside there. You see,
right.
But you don't see.
You don't see all the imperfections.
Right. So, but you go to the Waffle House. One thing that's what I said. That's the night I learned. I said anybody I meet from this point on, I'm taking you to the Waffle House. I need to see. Because the lights are on at the Waffle House. So
I thought the whole point was to not worry about those things. You just trying to take them.
No, that wasn't it. They were doing their thing. And so I'm caught up. I gotta take one for 10.
Everybody been there.
So the lady, she's older lady. She's an older lady. I'm talking about like in the club, she moved when you would think she was just funky.
Yeah.
But she was an older lady, So we like, damn.
Like your mama's age older?
Probably older than my mama.
Okay.
And so it was.
I appreciate it.
So listen, I'm gonna tell you, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. This is true story.
Gospel.
It's the gospel. Promise. So she had a huge house. You know what I mean?
So I do the Waffle House test and she passed?
She didn't pass, but they passed for them.
So you went through it?
I'm in the car with them.
He got to.
We all in the truck.
It's saving lives right now.
So listen, we get back.
That's man law.
Man, I can't leave it like you said. Can't leave a dog hanging. So listen, so like this, so
they never heard nobody.
So this here is crazy. So I'm like, so we at this lady's house, it's a big house and such stuff. So everybody, like you said, like talking like some college stuff, everybody go to different rooms. So she take me upstairs to her room and such stuff. And I was like, dang man, I'm gonna have to find a way.
You over there girl for that Tyler Perry movie?
No, I mean, I'm gonna have to find a way to do this. And you know what I'm saying? So now we sitting there, we chilling, trying to watch TV. So now you hear it going down.
Yeah.
You hear it. I'm talking about they end up knocking 5 from these women. And you
Was
hear
the
it.
other women older too?
Not as old as her. They might
She
be.
was like the oldest.
Yeah. Yeah, she was the elder. She was definitely the elder. She was definitely the elder of the group.
She was somebody older, ain't it? That was just trying to kick it with her.
So, such stuff, man. So I'm like, dang. So she's looking like, so what you want to do, nigga, bro? So I like, damn. So I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I just took my shot real quick.
Got to.
I took my little shot real quick and got down. And such, man. And we get the groove and I'm rubbing, I'm messing with it, got down. And she get the moan like,
I have heard this story. I live in here.
So it was so crazy, man. So I was like, man, I'm tripping. I'm trying to like just get through it this night, whatever. So and before I leave, she asked me that I want them 2 rolls of quarters that was up on the dresser.
She gonna pay you?
Lady gave me 2 rolls of quarters.
Pay for your service.
Hey.
What? Is that all you brought? She only gave me 2 rolls of quarters.
Man, I was trying to get look. She got 2 rolls of quarters. So I don't know whether it was an insult or not. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know, but I did my part.
You played his role.
I played my part.
And I can appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, I was very judgmental in the beginning. Now I feel like I'm proud of you. I mean, that was a feat.
What you mean?
I'm proud of you for actually going through with it.
Oh, okay, yeah. That, but you want to? But I'm saying, man, go to the Waffle House. You know what I mean? No, I wasn't in control. If I was in control, like so, this just say
drive.
I was driving. Yeah, whether I drove or not, you 2 dogs in the car. Like, hey, look, this is what you still can't. Man, listen.
So what is the cutoff for this agreement and arrangement?
You just stop. I mean, it ain't no cutoff because everybody get older and everybody stop putting themselves in that position.
Yeah, like if you got all married men in the car, and example all married women, like it ain't no what their friends look like. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like.
I guess that's your
now, somebody might say something about swinging.
Yeah,
in Atlanta, they'll mess around and say something about swinging though. You can't even hang with married couples like that here.
Because
you ever been caught like that?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
people see the integrity and the moral compass that I carry.
You just ain't been out. They can't see nothing. They can't see nothing around here. I promise you that. You just ain't been walking around though.
No, you're right.
But that's a unwritten man law, kind of like the Dilly Dilly campaign they was doing with Bud Light for a while.
Oh yeah.
Dilly Dilly, you salute. Like that's an unwritten man law. If your dog is stranded because you got that friend, the female got that friend that not block her because she ain't got no. So you looking at your dog.
Well, see, like for me, I don't know. Like first of all, I don't know. First of all, I can't say what women do because that scenario never played out for me in that way. Like my agreement with my friends would be like I will entertain the dude, but I'm not about to smash him because you smashed now. Right. It ain't happening.
So look, we go to another one. Let's get another statement. Okay. True, false. I'm kind of saying the same boat in the sense of which I was kind of talking about, but treat your woman right so at least she feel bad when she cheat on you.
What?
Follow.
Hey, treat your woman right so at least she'll feel bad when she cheat on you.
What?
No, nobody.
What type of statement is that?
No, nobody wakes up thinking they're supposed to cheat on them.
Especially not a man.
No.
Cause y'all be so hurt.
Now, men, so now I'm glad you say that. Men are more fragile than women.
Yeah.
We are more sensitive. So the misconception women have is they think they are more sensitive than men. Men are more fragile than women. Women are way more durable than men. A woman can be broken into thousands of pieces and she'll find a way to pull herself back together. A man can be bust into 100 pieces and he gonna need the help of a woman, probably 2, 3 other women to help pull him back together. And that be the difference why they think men are dogs. Because a lot of times men be seeking what they need out of different women, pulling themselves back together. But for one particular woman, it looks like he's a dog, like he got to go and get this from all these women. And you don't see this in me, no, because I'm pulling myself back together. Men are way more sensitive than women. We are not as strong. We are not as durable. So yes, that leads to understandable double standards. Okay. So no, you can't do what I do.
But I would. Okay.
So that's where the double standards come from.
In that scenario, both parties leave broken. Just because a woman wears it and a woman perseveres through it, she's still broken. You know, her heart still was ripped out her chest. She still is not the same person that she was prior to that happening. And just because a man got to get picked up off the floor and carried out on the stretcher, that both in both those scenarios, you still have two people who are broken, and two people that are in need of being healed from those traumas. Like, I don't like when people diminish the trauma that women experience, saying women are strong. No.
Women are durable.
No, they not. They are walking around broken. Period. Like, yeah, they may be able to function, but that's why so many people it's like hurt people. That's why people have mothers that they have issues with, and that those things are passed on to their children because they persevered, they got remarried, or they got with another man, they had other kids, and they still was broken.
A woman can love again and again. A man probably only fall in love once or twice, but a woman can fall in love, and many times.
She's not broken. That don't mean she should. That don't mean she should start another relationship. Like, she that don't mean that she's gonna be, oh, okay, I'm over it, on to the next. That's just a cold, like, that's just a fallacy just to say women are strong, women can endure more and all that. No. Women deal with trauma in relationships. They deal with trauma in interrelationships, like the way that they deal with people that they're not even committed to. You know what I'm saying? Women deal with rape and molestation at higher levels, like all of those things, and you still say women are strong. No, they broken.
I said durable.
Okay.
I don't know.
But we talk about fragility. Yeah, men may be more fragile, but it's like you can't. That double standard to me dies today because I just can't stand it. It's like.
But that's where I'm just saying where it comes from. I ain't saying that you have support. I'm just telling you that's because men are more fragile than women. So yes, there's gonna be some understandable double standards. You can't do what women do.
Yeah, but that's where you lose me. There's a double standard. But you can't do what
you can't do what women do.
I think I'm in favor with Desiree on this one. It depends on the situation. You make the statement based on it sounds like it's somebody that cheated on.
No, I'm not saying that.
Originally that's what you said.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you speaking of
right, that's
like I wrote down some things, loss of a family member, loss of a job, loss of finances, people gonna respond differently. But if you're talking about cheating, I agree. Men are more fragile than women when it comes to that. Like, we can't get, because I think, in my opinion, I think it's expected if a man gets caught cheating. Because I could remember and think about my elders in my family. When you're young, you hear them stories, and then when you start understanding the context, when you get older, when you heard your grandma say, "Oh, girl, that's just a man," and then I think you hear your auntie say, "Girl, that's just a man." And then when you get older, you start living life like,
I'm just a man.
That's what they were talking about. But in reverse, you ain't never heard no granddaddy tell his son, "Oh man, that's just a woman." not when it's not pertaining to spending money, not when it's in connection with cheating.
Right.
Y'all, that's
you
not
get caught cheating.
So,
If you get caught cheating as a woman, you got AIDS. Like everything in the world. Like for me, you get caught like you on your last leg of death. Man, I'm like you definitely infected with something. Like
but I mean, that double standard is so ridiculous because the same people that will be like, "You cheated on me, I'm done. You dead to me," was cheating. Like was actively cheating, and they broke into pieces when they find out that a woman is cheating. But to your scenario, what you just said, I can't let that one go. Yeah. Is that all of those things play into this misconception and this to me just poisonous mindset of what's acceptable for men and women. It's like one of I used to go to school with a woman who was studying to get her doctorate, and the one thing she was talking about as it relates to those other things was, people are raising their daughters to be wives and mothers, but they're raising their sons to be sons. If we continue to talk to children and anyone of influence that is young in that way, men will always think that these things are acceptable, and they'll never be holding themselves accountable to it. The same way you say, grandmama say, well, men will be men to a woman, it's like, that's the same thing that men hear too. It's like, so how can you raise the standard for both? And to say, listen, what's right is what is right and what's wrong is wrong. And if you decide that you don't want a committed relationship, you need to be forthcoming and honest with that. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. And it's like, to me, it's just we need to stop that. Like, we need to stop letting that be acceptable. Like, fathers need to stop letting their sons think, oh, man, date around and, sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, but then don't think that that's acceptable for their daughter. Like, you want to protect her. No. And no, listen to what I'm saying. You want to protect your daughter. You want her to keep herself, but no one is delivering her a man who is going to protect her in that same way, because they telling men, go out here, sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, do all of this until you're ready. So you setting her up for failure by that double standard.
You ever seen that movie? Every time, like even in the episode of the Greatest, the first, I think it might be the second episode. That's what's wrong with the brother. The brother, he's the lord of the house. He won't marry his sister off because he knows how men are. Because he's sleeping with somebody that's out of his status that he shouldn't be sleeping with. And the mom called him out. Was like, oh, you down there at the opera liking something, this and that. You ain't been in this house, and you ain't did what your dad would have done for your sister because of this. And that's why he probably don't want her. I mean, I haven't finished the series, but that's kind of like why he probably don't want her to date the Duke. Because him and the Duke probably did some dirt back in the day when they was at Oxford. And he's trying to now, quote unquote, marry his sister off to it. Now they lose themselves. What? Somebody who's predictable. Somebody who ain't excited. And she don't want him. She's like, I don't want him. She's like, no, I don't want him. That's why. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I think that when we say it is a, kind of a, that's the thing when we sit there and tell our daughters, we're not going to tell our daughters men. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? When we hear it, we understand it and we accept it for what it is. But at the same time, we want to protect our daughters too. So we don't want her to get cheated on.
Yeah, but you protect her with that mindset. You tell the same way you tell your son, right? Same way you say, listen, don't settle with the first woman you find that you fall in love with. You lose your virginity with. No, you need to open yourself up because you learn and you grow. That's the same way you should tell your daughters. If that's the way you tell them. And the reason why is because then you equip them with what they need to be able to not be expecting one thing and being delivered another. Like, equip her with, listen, people out here doing the most.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell my daughter
but don't keep yourself and, protect your virginity.
I'm going to tell my daughter,
you say that, but then when the time comes,
I'm going to tell my daughter the honest to God truth. I'm going to tell my daughter the honest to God truth. If I find out you out here having sex, I'm going to die. Like, period. I'm going to die. I'm dead. Like, you have to bury me. Get the insurance policy together. So that if this is what I find out, you're going to literally kill me. I'm like, and that's,
why?
but I'm just saying, but I just need her to have in her mind, cause that's the way I'm gonna protect her for as long as I can. Like, I'm gonna have to make it seem like I'm gonna die. Like if you do that, I'm dead. Like that's what that's what I'm gonna teach her to believe. Like like I'm dying. Like it's like if somebody touch you, you just gonna get a phone call and I'm like your dad passed. That's what's gonna happen.
This is what my mama told me. And I share this a lot with people when they call and ask, this conversation. My mom told me that she said, "Tell you, I was maybe 18, 19. She said, I don't know if you're going to have a daughter or you're going to have a son. You might have both. But if you do have a daughter," she said, "please remember this, because my mom or my granddad told her this. She said, a woman can only trust two men unconditionally." And I'm sitting there 19 and 18. I'm like, is she just her own story? I'm like, who, mom? She said, her son. And if he's in her life, her dad. See, that's it. She's like, teach your daughter that. Because, and I'm thinking, and now I understand what she's saying, like, every day as a woman that is married, you on a wing in a prayer, technically, is what she was saying. Like, dude, you can't trust no dude. She said, I don't trust a man falling like a smell. And she said, that means I got to be up on it. Sam means he could be across the room in the mall, still doing something, and I can't tell. I got to be able to smell. And she said, teach your daughter that. So my goal is to share that same quote with Marley. I share it with every daughter because they want to go to high school, and we can't wait till they get to they freshman year in college and start teaching them this stuff. It's too late. Mm-hmm. These guys are slick at 14, 15. Yeah, they ain't playing. So my goal is to prepare them and protect them as long as I can until they are adults and know how to protect themselves.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, like I feel like just that overall awareness does not strip them of the ability to find the person that really meets their needs. Yeah. But it just prevents them from going in green to every situation and becoming and being broken. I remember calling my dad. I was probably like 26 years old. Probably like 26, and I remember calling him and like, "Dad, I feel like everybody done had long-term relationships. This person had this boyfriend. I don't really have nothing to speak to, and I was, is there something wrong with me? He's like, baby, that just means they hurt more. They got hurt more. Because none of that shit is working out.
He was telling the boy, he dropped the deal. Yeah, he was telling the guy the truth.
He said that just means they've been hurt more.
Or
they hurt somebody else more.
Yeah.
Those situations do not define them. It means that they are more worthy because they've had 8 different failed relationships. And so, I took that to heart, and that really shaped how I looked at things moving forward, because it's just like, you want to enter into this numbers game because that you feel like that brings you value, but you don't realize actually what really brings you value is being able to be by yourself and be comfortable in your own space and find happiness in your own space, so that when you do get in a relationship, you're not sucking the life out of somebody because you are looking for them to complete you and other things, and it's like, we wasn't taught that. It was all about like who was with who and this, and all of those things. And I think it's like, wake these kids up, because like I don't want to teach my daughter. I don't want my daughter not to believe in marriage or relationships and early on, just because it didn't work out for me. But I also don't want her to put so much emphasis on it when I know there's so much more that she can experience in the world. And so, like, I have to put down my biases and figure out what's the right way to teach her about. Because even after all of those experiences, the lack of positive experiences, I'm still hopeful.
And the comical side of that, I'm so gangster with my situation. Everybody's like, my mom, Marley's 5 and 6 years start elementary school. Yeah, she wanted to chill. I said, Marley's got chill. And mom was like, why they can't want to chill? I said, I don't want to put it on mine that she got to chill for another man doing something that he's doing. She needed to focus on what she can do to have them chill for her. Maybe she could Marley run track now, but like she doesn't have that. Like, she cheers when you go see my nephew who's her cousin. When he plays, she's in the stands like, good job, Izzy, good job. But her role to be there and give me a B. Like, no, we ain't there. Yeah, look, boy, I've been live. I don't need. Yeah, that's the mindset. And it's kind of like I can see it kind of growing now. like she's always is happy for other people, but she doesn't feel like my role is to praise the male species for doing something that he's doing.
You ain't seen no male cheerleaders cheering for the girl basketball.
Thank you.
Hey, well, you don't know. You didn't
No.
now.
I'm
So,
saying, you
No,
know, you know what I'm saying.
what
What's
saying.
opposite? You don't see they got male.
They don't have a
cheerleaders,
male.
girl.
They do not have a male cheerleading team.
Don't
Cheer
say
for the
that,
all
but
girls
all
basketball.
girls
Look
team.
what y'all done did. Quit saying that.
But maybe just because they have a male.
Yeah.
No,
Just
you'll
because
end
they
up
have a
saying it. Now that you said it, now it's gonna be somebody from that community like, you know what, we can be the first to do it. You know, we're gonna do it. Now it's gonna be somebody want to be the first to do it.
Maybe that would change the
You
perception.
know it don't need to happen. I'm not reading.
I'm not. First of all, it is what it is. Those ain't nobody about to cheer on a cheer team if that's not what they were destined to do. Like, but what I'm saying is that maybe it would change the way in the optics around like women and honoring them and you know elevating them in that way. It's like, why do women only cheer for men and men can't do the same thing and cheer for women?
But so, okay, y'all got that one, cause you know that does happen. But this was Dr. Stewart put me on one day. Dr. Stewart said, you know, cause you saying, okay, women are taught or little girls taught to cheer for men, whatnot, like if that's their role. That's what you was kind of saying, right? Mm-hmm. So now men, I was getting an award one day, and Dr. Stewart told me, she said, you get up there and you accept this award like a man, and you better not think man or woman. And now looking at this Dr. Stewart, this is what she told me. She said, cause a black man can't get up nowhere and accept nothing he done without having to give thanks to someone. And you see women get up here and get their awards and don't give thanks to no man. And she said, now you get up there and you accept your award like a man. So that's when it hit me, it done that men, just like women, for all our successes, we have to give thanks to some woman. Like we couldn't have done that without a woman.
And you came from a woman. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong.
I'm trying to.
There is nothing wrong. Y'all literally have said women are so strong, they endure so much. Absolutely, thank them every time. Period, point blank. I don't think it's like, I think it's, I've never seen a difference where it's like, oh, they only thank men or they only thank women. And Dr. Stewart, God bless her, no disrespect, she's probably very accomplished, and I'm not speaking against her, but all I'm saying is that you will never go wrong honoring women. Period.
Right, that's the status quo. That's what you're supposed to do.
No, it's not the status quo.
It's the status quo. Like it's the status quo that you're supposed to cheer. You know, girl cheerleaders for men.
That's not the
status quo. That is the status quo.
It's not expected.
Yes,
no, it's not. I ain't never heard nobody say you gotta go up there and honor.
You ain't heard nobody say, but it's an understood language that we know.
Contributions of women. You ain't getting nowhere first before a woman gives birth to you.
Okay. God did that. That was a man. So and for the record, I think Father's Day should be the biggest celebrated day of the year. Cause when you say your prayer, you say what? Our Father. Okay, go ahead. You continue.
All right. Anyway, all I'm saying, I just think that I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like if you look at the contributions of women and you look at how often are women truly recognized for their contributions, you know, it's like first of all, I salute all fathers. Like I have a relationship with my father. I don't know who I would be without him, but I still feel like when I look at the stuff that women go through, like, come on.
Yeah, but it's a divine order. It's God, man, then woman.
Well, let's take this out. I look at things differently. Well, not everybody does, but this is my perspective on this. If that's the narrative, that's the narrative. That's what we need to be focused on. Changing the narrative so a man can't go up here and just say my mom, he can say my parents. Case in point for me. I can never accept any award and thank my dad. Because he wasn't there.
And that's
he was there, you ain't seen him. I gotta thank my mom. Now,
he didn't contribute to his
correct. Now, some of my biological father, now Marley, might grow up one day, and when she presents her award, thankfully, hopefully, she can sit there and say, my parents. You know what I'm saying? Even though her mom and I, were divorced, Marley can't say, I'd like to thank my mom and keep on talking, because then I'm gonna get offended. Because I'm like, look here, little Negro, all the stuff I did for you.
Well,
and then she say, thank you, Dad. Our mom has the same right, even regardless of how we interact. Her mom was there to do what she did, so she can say my parents. So the narrative needs to be changed when we have the fathers in the home with the mom, so these kids can say my parents. And then my second point is race. When you see these black athletes that step one, they always saying my mom. Seldomly do you see them say my parents or my dad, or rather do you just hear them say my dad and no mom? That's every blue moon.
Right?
Yeah, but that's their
they're not going to get up there and recognize their mother and not their father.
But if you look at the Caucasian household, majority of the time when they accept the war, they do say my family or my parents. Mm-hmm. But we say my mom majority of the time.
It's reality.
That's the narrative.
That's reality.
So let's change the narrative and then we can change the speech.
Let's change reality. Right? So let's make it so that every black child that is accepted in the war can say my parents and not just my mom.
But praise God that. You know, we all can get on board with that.
Because that's like my
boy. Who would you if Dr. Stewart, God bless him, Dr. Stewart, don't come to me, I love you so much. If Dr. Stewart had not told you that, who was the first person in your mind that you was on?
His mama.
No, my Aunt Georgia.
Who is a woman? And who is she?
That's my dad's sister.
And she's a woman, right?
She's a woman. You know, because that's what I'm programming to do.
No, you making it up. You didn't even say your mama. You say your auntie. That means she contributed to your life in significant ways.
Yeah, she did.
And she happens to be a woman.
So
to not thank her out of some obligation to only thank, that's ridiculous.
But not for every accomplishment. You know, that's what Doc was saying, like, for every accomplishment, it's almost like it's the status quo that for every, so some accomplishments you did accomplish on your own. It wasn't no one but you that fought through this. Don't nobody know the battle but you. So, and when in this particular time, and sometimes you do achieve great things in life. You know, whether it's like I was an actor and I got a Tony Award or whatever it is, a Golden Globe, whatever they call them. But if I got one of these major awards, like the moment that I say, you know what, I started the process of trying to get myself in position to be that top-notch actor or performer, and the moment I started that, it might, like if I started today, and then I reach that pinnacle in a year from now, and I just start today. I can't think, who am I supposed to think when I start the journey right now? Not my whole life journey, but this journey for this accomplishment. And we're programmed as men that, you know what I'm saying, just because you may have given birth to me, you may have been an influence in my life, you may, you know, whatever you've done for me as a woman. And men have just as much influence on a lot of people. You know, it may not have been your dad, it could have been your uncle, it could have been a guy at the boys club, it could have been So, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, but you are taught as a young black male that, you know what I'm saying, you think, you want to thank your mom, so your mom being a woman, so the mindset goes to think, hey, you're going to have to thank a woman, so you can't get up. Like, I can get in here and work all day long. I only put 100 hours in a week, and I get up there and accept my work for what I come with, what I bring child with. Nobody, my wife ain't going to nothing to do with this. Matter of fact, me doing this was annoying her. And now, all of a sudden, I got to get up here, and for my company, I got to say, you know, I can't go without thanking my wife. She ain't gonna do shit.
Like, hold on, baby. But
let me cool off.
No, you doing right. But what I just wanted to sit here and remind you, the show was titled "Relationship or Us," right? So it's based on the relationship, and just like any relationship, mom, son, husband, wife, it's what you put in. So if you're the male figure in that person's life, if you're not invested in a relationship, how can you return and ask them to thank you? You gotta put the time in. And I was just in here laughing about shoes, right? I'm a shoe fanatic. I'm not these cats that buy $500 shoes in my life bill need to pay. Ain't they crazy? But if I had it and I did it, and I could do it, I would buy shoes all the time. Tennis shoes, dress shoes, whatever. But my love for tennis shoes Even though my mom raised me, it didn't come from my mom, it came from my auntie. She bought me my first $100 pair of shoes, and she created a monster when she did. She said, "Here, because I know your mama ain't gonna do it." She said, "Here your first pair of some Nike Huaraches, freshman in high school." Now I didn't look like walk around with no bobos on, but I didn't never had those.
You got back then, Huaraches was it.
That was a fab. That's what I'm saying.
Jalen Rose.
So I'm like, but when I look at my work ethic, I have to give it to my granddad. If somebody was to say, "Oh, you work hard, you got employee of the year, or the man of the year, and the job, or whatever," and that I got that acceptance too, I would have to carry that back to my granddad. Now my mama might be offended, but guess what, Mom? You want to get me up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to cut grass in the country with granddad in the phone. He was.
I see you.
I see you.
But I bet you she knew
I
what
said
she was
yes.
doing.
Correct.
She appreciated.
You
She
said
knew what was being developed by that, and that's not to give her.
No.
I'm just saying. I don't think she would legit be jealous.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was
Because
gonna say.
like,
She wouldn't be jealous. She would be
First of all,
like,
she's
yeah,
grateful to him for doing this.
she's right.
Because there's, it's a village.
And she'll laugh because she's the one that's on Saturday when I was getting up at 6 o'clock in high school, 7 o'clock, watching phones, doing this and third. She's still laying down, and she was like, she laughed at. She said, "You crazy." I don't know what you mean. She said, "You getting up at 7 o'clock, watching the car, and washing your clothes and go what, a green fry?" She said, "You a different kind of crazy." But she was like, "Yeah, granddad."
Yeah.
Waking you up at 9 years old, 10 years old. And so that's instilled, and that's why I'm always on time too, so to him. It's like, "Look, man, get up."
Absolutely. I think so. The two points that I had is nobody has ever built anything, any building, any structure, anything in this world without a foundation. Right now, to this day, we might have cars to drive without they wheels touching the road, but there's no structure that is built without a foundation. So even if you feel like you worked 3,000 hours to get this degree and you did this and you did that, somewhere down the line, your foundation contributes to that. But I don't think it's man versus woman. I think it's just operating with gratitude. And I think we all should do so. Like I don't care who you think, but you should search. And maybe the only person you can thank is God. But you should search and you should find who played a role in you being able to do that, including yourself. Like don't discount you. We know you without you taking those steps, you wouldn't have done it. But I definitely think that don't make you more of a man because or more or less of a man because you choose to exclude to acknowledge the women who play the role in your life.
Well, it's not exclude, and I like the
that's
concept.
That's what she said.
But I like the concept that you said, operate in operate in gratitude. Operate in gratitude. That's a powerful statement there. But I don't think that's what and maybe that's the way it's coming off, but I don't feel like that's the intent to say just eliminate. But but there are some awards that are your awards, or some accomplishments in life that just yours, that just belong to you. And if it's one of those, she's saying, yeah, but she was just saying just be comfortable, and if it's yours, like you buy a house, it's my house. You ain't saying, "Thank God my mama had me and I can buy this house." Yeah, I did what that
if you are,
I said, "No, I know Doc because we both over there at the same time." So I can see Doc saying that, and knowing Doc, I can see the angle she was coming from. And Doc probably didn't mean no harm because she's the type of person where if you didn't thank nobody, she would have got you for not thanking nobody. And they would have said, you didn't do this on your own, man. Right. You gotta tell somebody.
And she also knew you. Yeah. She also knew you. And so maybe that was her moment to speak directly to you.
Right.
Personally, so to make sure you understood that you needed to give yourself credit for the work that you've done.
Right.
But we made it about men versus women. But that may have very well been Dr. Stewart saying, you did this. And you need to acknowledge the role that you played. Stop giving it to everybody else.
And that was her relationship with you.
Yeah.
Right. I can accept that, but I think you heard my point. I think that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right. If at the end of that you are unchanged and your position is still the same.
No, I'm saying I think we're saying the same thing now, right?
No, I don't think so. I think that.
You saying that Doc was probably saying that.
I'm speaking to Doc, but not you. I'm speaking about Doc like she probably came from a different perspective. But I still believe it's not about thinking a man versus a woman.
Right. I'm saying, but you were saying, but in that particular case, she was telling me just take the credit for what you have done.
Right.
You deserve it.
Right.
I think that's what she was saying too. You know, and that's what the point already. Like it's okay. I think she was saying it's okay to, just, every once in a while say, okay, I did this and accept this. And this is my accomplishment. This, you ain't gotta, you don't feel the pressure all the time to thank somebody. You know what I mean? I think that's what she was saying. I ain't saying like, because of course, it's gonna be things that happen and the accomplishments you're gonna have, you're gonna say, you know what? If it weren't for this person, I wouldn't be here. Like even doing what I'm doing today, I say all the time, if it weren't for Tay got it, I wouldn't be doing comedy. I wouldn't be known as I am over the country. If it weren't for this guy, he took me over. He said, man, you need to meet Dr. Stewart. He took me to meet up. So, you know what I mean? So when it comes to certain accomplishments that happen within my comedic journey, I must give time. I'm thankful, because that's what it was, you know what I mean? But then there's some things I'm gonna do in my comedic journey who ain't with me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got me to this role, but you know what I'm saying? But outside that, I did this though. You know what I mean? This is me, motherfucker. Like, what you talking about?
And I appreciate that because I don't have that. That doesn't exist within me, and I probably need some of it. Because like everything I think is like by God's grace. Because like it don't matter what work you put into anything, one thing can change everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like for me, I'm always giving honor to God. And like some people, like people always want to say God, 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 but you are the one who. And I'm like, no, not really, because I could pull my car out into the intersection and get hit by 18 wheeler, and none of the 3,000 hours that I've committed to this project or whatever matters, right? So I feel everything I do, it's less of me and it's more of God and the people around me who created the space for me to do it. But that doesn't make it right or wrong. Right.
And I agree, because I'm a spiritual person as well, but I tell each and every person, your relationship with your relationship, because I get up like, that's what, you get when you really get to know people, you might find, especially really get to know, I'm a praying person. Like it's, but I leave it where it's at with me. That's the way I do it. That's the way I handle my business and my relationship with God. So everybody got their own personal relationship and how, they worship and do things, and whatever makes you a better person, I'm like, okay, go do it, because I learned that watching Ministry Society, where he told Tyrese, he said, if being Muslim makes you a better person, hell, I'm all for it. So if whatever you believe makes you a better person, I'm all for it. So, but it's still for me, and there's still a gas out, because I know what my source is. I know with God, all things, God strengthen me. I mean, I believe, I'm a Christian through and through. I mean, like, hey, I write sermons just for the fun of it. Like, that's how much this spirit is in my spirit. Right. Now, however, because I am so godly, and I do walk with the grace that God gave me, I'm gonna walk it like I talk it. I'm sorry. I mean, I just don't know what to tell you.
It's been a journey. Like I have to make a concerted effort to elevate myself in the position that I play in my own life, right? Yeah. So I'm not mad at anybody.
Yeah, you're gonna do that. You're gonna do that. Hey, it's just that aura, and you know what? And that doesn't mean that you're not thankful. That doesn't mean that you're, a savage. That means that you are happy with the joys that God has given you, and you ain't afraid to live it. And that's your responsibility to yourself and for your child, that she has to see this joy. You have to be happy. You know what I mean? You have to, God gave you this. You know what I mean? And why should you be so, hey, and that's what I hate about our people, black people, man. Like, soon as a kid gets talking about their dreams and whatnot, they say, oh, well, you got to be humble. I can't even think about being wealthy. I can't even think about being the best in the world. I can't even think about being somebody before you get to telling me to be humble. You know what I'm saying? See, these shackles, these underlying shackles that's going around. So the people around me, my kids, us, our family, we're gonna be an example to say, you know what, we're gonna get up first and foremost, like they say, I'm gonna get honor and glory to God. Now, after that, I'm gonna do what God put in me to do. And you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna be apologizing for what God gave me. Cause you know what I mean? Cause I ain't mad at God for what He gave you. So you know what I mean? So don't look, you go over and get twisted because all you really seeing is the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Now you can let them use it. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can do. You go somewhere and let them use it. Because you know what? Because I'm used over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fresh off the lot. I'm talking about I'm used. I got some miles. God knew what He was doing. And He know what He's doing with you. We ain't got to be afraid of nothing.
We're going to open the offering right there. Anybody wants to.
Right. You know.
Today, this word.
Yeah.
And it please come forward and create space.
Right. So, man, we got 2 minutes. So, you know, 2 minutes of what you want. I mean, what's the last word? I mean, like, you got anything? I mean, you close to the addiction. I'm just trying to see if we have anybody want to join. If
you're out there and nobody, you don't have no spiritual covering, you don't have nobody to, you know, just text 5 to, you know.
We're taking this thing. Well, I since I've gotten older, I like to say the most high. Mm-hmm. And this is another avenue of, it's just another conversation piece about that. Because my mom and I, we've spoken about that. I just ask questions that make people think. And I always, like I shared this message before, I said, are we student black church? We student because that's too much.
And we could be moving.
Yeah.
We could be the students of life.
Yeah.
And so for me, like my thing, I tell people all the time, sometimes I can't reconcile some things that I've learned, some things that I even believe, but what I can't take away is my experience in my relationship and the things that have been revealed to me over time. So I can believe it. I mean, we don't constantly be learning things wrong and wrong, but why would I abandon my belief in God this far? And you know where I see real miracles happen. So and it could be the God that is in me. You know, if I'm not just crediting myself to roll with it. Some things we don't have. There's things that we don't have to roll with.
Check this out. Relationships it's been fun. There's a relationship rabbi.
I was going to say I was trying to see my way. There's no to do me a lot, and I like it.
Oh yeah.
Because now I got to think.
Oh yeah. And she well spoken. Well spoken. And she quick. She thought like she put her sentences together. Really. So she do. I mean, like you know, Mr. May. So look, next topic, coming back, hopefully we get a chance to do, a better version of being broke as a man makes him to listen to his wife. So so you know what I'm saying. So I would like to come back on that one. You know what I mean? I like to come back on that one. If we can touch it and if we can get something so I can put it on. You man. Hey, being broke as a man makes him to listen to his wife. No. So this phase is being broke. I got all. What is the